Hey everyone, it's Haley, and today we're going to be discussing swipes. When are they a problem, when are they a good thing, and when are they somewhere in between? It varies a lot. I'm going to be discussing and playing 3 charts from each of those 3 categories, so 9 songs total, all extremes, and I'm hoping this will just be a good discussion video to spread awareness about the very controversial topic that is swipes. Let's get into it. I'm going to start with the most negative of them all, the problem category. Basically, I describe this category as things we never want to see again. All of these charts have terribly uncomfortable and artificially difficult patterns, and are just overall unenjoyable. Artificially difficult is a term that's often used to describe charts like this that are mainly difficult for clearing and not necessarily scoring, because there are so many damn swipes. Actual difficulty or pure difficulty would be something like Hallowed Be Thy Name Deluxe, that switches up its patterns a ton and doesn't actually have a lot of swipes. Honestly, I can't think of a chart that has pure difficulty and a lot of undesirable swipes off the top of my head, so I guess these terms really do stand for themselves. Again, starting with the problem category, we have Levels Deluxe. You'll find that most of the charts mentioned in this video are deluxes, as a lot of standards have been ruined by swipes, which is a shame, but it's true. This chart has a lot of swipes in every stage except stage 4, which is actually kind of enjoyable, but the rest is just, look at this, guys. I might die on some of these in this video. I hope not. But if I do, I guess I'll just be real with you, because these are such a pain. It doesn't even feel that clean to play, to be honest. That part. The double with half a downwards diagonal swipe, and then a note, and then an up swipe. It feels awful. I hate that pattern especially. So artificial difficulty is obviously pretty easy to DP. So this one is, except for this part that I was talking about. The only part I even come close to enjoying. Ugh. But it's still not excellent. Honestly, I don't see what else they could have done with it, though. And this really puts a strain on your arm, hand, whatever. All these diagonals. And then it has a little variation in the swipes here, which makes it kind of confusing. Yeah, just not enjoyable. Low note count, too. Just, there's so much wrong with having so many swipes like that. They are excessive. Just doesn't feel good at all. Next, we have Soul Passivation Deluxe. I've only seen so many people positive about this one, and for a good reason. It is swipe hell, and that was all I could say the day I unlocked it. I couldn't even clear it until, the next day. Honestly, I can understand why they charted it like this, and there are worse charts out there, but it's just not enjoyable at all. It requires a lot of concentration, and it's really awkward and exhausting from the very beginning to the very end. Stages 3 and 4 are actually very chill. Well, the end of stage 4 picks it up again, but it's still not the diabolical pattern that continues throughout most of the chart. It still has some awkward swipes though, so it's just not fun. Let's suffer. Super long intro. This part especially. That's just awful. It hurts. It really strains you. I just prefer purely difficult extremes. Usually. I'm getting input bugs. This, not me. It's so funny, there's just a single note and then a big pause. And the one rail hold in the chart. So not that hard to DP in my opinion, actually, once you get it down, but, and it's a clean 800, that's a good thing, but overall just, no, too awkward to be able to say it's a fun chart. Just don't enjoy it very much, at all. Last one in the problem category is Gimme Chocolate Deluxe. The swipes are very overused and awkward, especially in the choruses and solo, and they're just everywhere for that matter. I mean, it literally starts with a double swipe, and it does not get better at all. I'm actually just going to insert an old screen recording I have of this song because the swipes keep bugging on me while I'm trying to record this, so yeah. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. It's just overall very unenjoyable. Which is sad because the standard is so good. But, yep, it got ruined. With excessive swipes. Look at this. Now on a more positive note, let's look at the fun category. I think of this category as charts that are still very swipe intensive, but they're used well, and they make for an overall enjoyable experience, even if the chart is really difficult to learn. So starting with Getting Hot Deluxe, this one has a lot of swipes, especially in stage 4, and they might feel awkward and janky at first, but once you get them down, they're actually fun and satisfying to play. I guess you could say they're a bit overused, but in a good way if that makes sense, and I don't think they're too excessive anyway. EDM charts are known for their intense swipes, some fun, some not, but this is a good chart nonetheless. Check it out. Did I really just do that? That's definitely the hardest part, to get all perfect plus. I came so close to screwing those up. I caught myself. I've re-perfected this, but I'm just really bad at it today, I guess. The nerves on camera, probably. Like, I enjoy making these, of course, but my anxiety is so bad. Well, it's alright, you can see. That's a fun chart for being so swipe intensive, which is great. Next we have We Live Forever, which is actually the only standard chart we'll be looking at in this video, not including the honorable mentions at the end. This is an old Extreme Season 7 High Voltage, which is going on 2 years ago already, but it still stands as a thrilling one, and challenging for a lot of people, although I've been quite solid with it for most of its time. There are obviously a lot of swipes mainly in the final stage, but they flow really nicely with the song, and they feel good to play. Hopefully this one will have a good deluxe and not one ruined by too many swipes. Let's do this. Oh my god. I believe this was the second chart with opposing swipes. Remember when those were such a big deal? First being Party Hard. And I remember thinking, with Party Hard, that's crazy, they can't even do that. How am I supposed to get through this? And nowadays, that's a really easy extreme. Stage 4 is awkward. But it's not bad charting or anything. Imagine if the intro perfect is my only one. Well, never mind. I'm gonna screw it up here. So nowadays you realize that it's really not that fast or crazy, but it is definitely not the most chill extreme of them all still, so yeah, really good one. Last one in the fun category is Rockstar, which is quite possibly one of my favorite standard extremes. This one obviously has a lot of swipes and they may seem daunting at first, but they are so much fun and so satisfying once you get them down. It's also pretty easy to DP in my opinion, and score high on in general, but still has some challenge, so check this out. It is so satisfying to play. By the way, we're one away from 350 subscribers right now, which is insane, guys. Thank you so much. Just hit 300 less than 2 weeks ago. That's pretty steady growth right there. Hope it continues because it makes my day seeing all the support. Really do appreciate it. And I enjoy making the content, so it's just such a great thing for me. And yeah, even with nerves on camera, I re-perfected it. Really not that difficult, but it's just an awesome extreme. I love it. I would be so happy to see another one just like it. Love Rockstar. Love Rockstar. And our final category here is the mixed category, which I think of as pretty alright charts that I wouldn't want to see a bunch more of, but also wouldn't be mad to see some more of. Starting with Stand Up Tall Deluxe. A lot of people seem to dislike this chart. If not, they might be just fine with it. but I actually think it's quite fun once you get it down. But it ended up in the mixed category because realistically, the swipes are very overused and the excessive middle lane stacking doesn't help with learning the chart. It took me a while to clear, and it has plenty of other awkward rhythms that make it not only hard to clear but also hard to DP. But not terrible, so let's play it. And no, I'm not opening that. I accidentally clicked on it. That happened in another recent video. And I've always been a stand-up tall struggler in general, so some of that might be me, but I think it's a pretty difficult one. Standard is way worse, though. And oh my god, how Dizzy Rascal drifts. You probably saw in my top 10 driftiest charts, songs/charts video, that stand-up tall standard is really terrible. Focusing on drift, it's really terrible. Unfortunately, that happens with hip-hop. Mainly hip-hop and rock/metal. But those genres also have some W charts. Like a lot of W charts. So, gotta try to ignore the drift sometimes. Didn't do too bad at all there, though. Yeah, both versions gave me a lot of trouble to DP, but certainly not the worst of them all. Next is Gunna Style Deluxe. Similar to Stand Up Tall Deluxe, this one also has excessive swipes, but they fit with the song and are kind of satisfying to play once you get them down. They're very confusing though, and it's easy to get tripped up, especially on your first few attempts, but overall it's just okay. Let's get into it. And although both versions of this song are easy to DP, they do have some pure difficulty. I think it's just because I'm talking right now, but these doubles are not going well. See, quite awkward if you just look at it. But you can see most of them fit pretty well. So it's not the worst situation in the world. It's far from that. So yeah, not a great extreme, but not the worst. It's just alright, really. Last one is Bonfire Deluxe. I thought about putting this one in the problem category because honestly, the diagonals are annoying to me as it's so easy to mess up, especially with short thumbs. But if you think about it, they yet again fit well with the song and can be satisfying to play. Plus there are some speed ups and other tricky rhythms, so it's not just a super easy to DP swipe fest, as swipes are obviously automatic perfect pluses, although it's certainly not super difficult either. I DP'd it on my second try. It's just alright, let's play. But down swipes in the intro isn't something you see every day, or even down swipes in general. I think I would have put it in the problem category, honestly. But I'm taking the community into account here too. And a lot of people actually seem to enjoy this one. Which is cool. I thought it would be a pretty, well, not positive one for people. I don't hate it, really. But I wouldn't even say it's alright. I'd be kind of mad if we got another one like it. But those trills make it forgiving, plus some other rhythms. It's awkward. And it feels like it goes on forever. Oh my gosh. Interesting cut in this one too. Like it's so long, we're still under the chorus here, if you will. We're not even done with that part yet. Yeah, I think I prefer the standard, plus it's more challenging, in my opinion. But again, not terrible. Certainly not terrible. I'm not opposed to it, overall. So that wraps up the main part of this video. There are a lot I didn't mention because it was hard to decide, plus I didn't want to make this too long, but it was very hard to pick only 9 songs, so here are some other examples. In the mix category, I put Machina Vibes, Godzilla Deluxe, Freestyler Deluxe, You Spin Me Round Deluxe, Play Deluxe, and Give It To Me Deluxe. In the fun category, I put Encompass Deluxe, Death Star Deluxe, Drifter Deluxe, Thrones of Blood Deluxe, Figure It Out, Bonfire Standard, and Party Hard. And in the problem category, I put, of course, Archangel Deluxe, Heart Frequencies Deluxe, mainly because of Stage 4, Slumber Deluxe, and Heavy Shadows Deluxe. So there are a lot of swipe-intensive charts in this game now. Some good, some bad, and some neutral. Gladly we have a lot of good ones, but we also have a lot of bad ones, so, you know, we can only hope for a good future. I hope you all enjoyed this video regardless. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.